Sup, Devils? J-Dawg back for a long overdue goddamn video. Another fucking best of video. Been requested for a while. Not my favorites to do because involve a little bit of prep work. Gotta do them while I got home to go through my collection. And I just going through my CD rack, scavenge it. We're gonna do the best or top Gore Grind albums of all time. More so J-Dawg's fucking favorites because it's gonna be I don't know, totally controversial. Thing is, with these greatest, it's a little bit of annoying, and it's more so it's gonna be the old heads, the true heads, where they come into where they get annoying. Not so much. It's kind of where I agree with the younger bucks on this, which is very few things. Is the older generation's like, dude, just pick out everything of whatever genre you're doing. Basically, just pick out everything in order that it came out. Fucking from if the genre started in 85, started 85 and go up to 89, and that's your top 15 or whatever, because that's what they claim, like just whoever was yanked out of mama's crotch first. That's kind of fucking gay. Now, granted, usually what was there first is the best, or at least some of it's in there. So I had to do this. Obviously, there's gonna be some in here that are in there for mine. Some are kind of questionable. And since we're going over a gore grind, I picked 15. Some of it's questionable too, because let's cut the shit. Other than obvious stuff that's just grindcore, and we're saying gore grind too, not grindcore, like Terrorize the World Downfall isn't in here. That's just grindcore. Napalm Death, grindcore. Grindcore kind of is more selected to where it's like obvious it's straight grindcore. Gore grind gets a little bit because you can fall into like, dude, this is just brutal death metal or it's death grind. So there's gonna be a few that are, I guess, debatable. Like, is that gore grind? It's kind of what I considered it at the time, and if you don't consider it, I don't really give a fuck, man. Go back to if you're that much of a nerd and you're gonna nitpick it, go back to reading your Harry Potter and goddamn Lord of the Ring books. I don't give a shit to that degree. It's just fucking greatness. I don't care then what it is. But in my mind, I was like, a gore grind, brutal death grind, whatever. There's a few of those that are in here that are like that, and that's fine if it's not. Whatever, it's in here. Goddamn it. So yeah, we got some newbie shit in here. We got the oldies. We got some in betweens. My it was kind of, again, I'm sure I'm forgetting something completely obvious. Full disclosure, my goddamn top thrash albums all time. I left off Exodus Bonded by Blood, which is fucking stupid. That is in my top 15 for sure. But again, I don't spend a ton of time. I didn't even go through my vinyl. I gave it a quick one of these, make sure it's not something I had only on vinyl. Again, don't be making no top lists. I said this in every goddamn video. You do not get to make a top tier list if you do not own a physical hard copy. Digital downloads is for posers only. I get it if you digital download a lot of your music because it's impossible to keep up with today. I understand that you can't buy a physical format of everything. Trust me, it's getting overwhelming just for storage reasons for me. Look at the CDs that aren't even that are stacked on top because my rack is fucking full. It's kind of annoying. So I get it, not buying everything. But if it's in your top 15 for this, why wouldn't you own a physical copy, man? That means you are not that passionate about it, for fuck's sakes. You would think if you're top, you would own something by it. Yeah, a physical copy and maybe a shirt of it or something. Like just owning a digital or listening on YouTube. That's poser twinkcore mentality, brah brah. Old school metal lifestyle, fucking goddamn chains and leather, baby, metallized blood. That's physical formats. It's fine if you're more of a CD guy. It's fine if you're more of a vinyl guy. It's fine if you're more of a cassette guy. But you should own something, dude. CDs are just easier to pull out because on the bottom of, you see my racks go down the bottom. It's a pain in the ass getting down there. I fucking hate digging through shit. Because I gotta put it back. That's lazy as fuck, dog. Damn straight it's fucking lazy. And I'm just saying it on camera. CDs were easy to pull. So it's possible I forgot something, overlooked it. If it's something completely obvious, Jesus, fuck, he didn't put this in there. He talked about him 100 times. I'm even looking at my pictures on the wall, even now, to make sure I didn't forget something completely outlandish, which I have a fucking feeling I did. But, anyways, looking through it, it just reconfirmed. Dude, I don't like that much gore grind at all. And I've said that on camera, but it was hilarious, dude. Growing up, and even before this, way before this goddamn doing this channel, people would automatically, yeah, dude, Dawg, he's the grind guy. He's the brutal death guy. Looking through my rack, I had a hard time finding 15 fucking things. Hell, there's only about another 5 things that I even own that would be considered a gore grind or can maybe squeeze in the gore grind that I even own total. So it's like, here's my 15 out of the 20 I own. Most of them I don't care about, dude, because I'm selective, and part of the reason I selected a lot of these is the ones that jam, dude. I don't give a shit about status or who was there first. Granted, obviously Carcass is in here, goddammit, and that is the first gore grind band. We'll get to that in a second. But That's not what makes it the fucking greatest. Or whatever. For example, Zizma, I'm sure people are gonna say that, and so I'm like, the demos were kind of cool. I remember the album being didn't even change by then. It's kind of a band that's just like, I don't know, dude. I thought Carcass and General Surgery were goddamn better. A lot of people just putting status shit, and and that was a genre too that got really really goddamn carried away to where it's like it was just extremity for instead of songs. I'm like, yeah, it's extreme, dude, but this is not something I'm going to listen to. This is shit I actually listen to and enjoyable music on top of being brutal as fuck. So, with no goddamn further ado, it's just an alphabetical order. That's how I pulled it. All my CDs are in alphabetical order. All my shit's in alphabetical order. LPs, etc. Easier for finding, easier for putting away, easy for pulling, everything. So, this is not a number order. This is in, again, if you want number one, it's Recomputefaction, goddammit. So, there's the spoiler. What's number 15 out of 15? I don't fucking know. But in letter order. Again, this is going to be kind of a questionable. Me growing up, again, this is before the band blew up when nobody knew them. All of you except the diehards are there at the time. This was not a popular band. And let me disclaim, put it out there for all the guys that fell off or you didn't bother checking off because you saw that deplorable fucking fan base. Dude, this band's first two albums are nasty as fuck and sound like nobody. Well, maybe there's a band that came along after that. I didn't pay attention to the sound of it. Especially the guy's fucking vocals. The He Doesn't Know the Dog. You met me. I even got signatures on this too. But growing up, I got this album from Extreme Music, Brian Baxter's shop, when this was the only album they had out. And it was considered this sick shit, brah. Gay as fuck now. Guys wearing Hawaiian shirt, doesn't disbanded, he listens to the goddamn Korn, Slipknot, doesn't even like the brutal shit. But nonetheless, his voice was fucking amazing on the first two, and the songs are catchy and memorable as shit. And that is Aborted. The Purity of Perversion. Look at those signatures, Sven. Never met me, huh? Yeah, you did, brah. Met me, got me photo with them, everything. And I got the repress of this too that came out. It's got bonus shit on there, but it came out a while ago too, over 10 years ago. This album is all killer, no fucking filler. Dude, you'll be air guitaring this thing like a motherfucker for goddamn weeks if you never heard it. Sven's voice, dude, the dual vocals he does is fucking awesome. It's literally magical. Offer still stands, Sven. Hells would like to do a goddamn LP CD repress of that. It will look killer, goddamn it. Engineering the Dead, the second album too. It's not quite as good as Pure. This is Purity of Perversion. Did I not say that? The title, in case for the kiddos that don't know. Look at this mecha nasty background too. Look at this fucking sick shit. God damn it! I fucking would he get run over by a truck or jump off a building? Jesus fuck! Talk about there was blood everywhere. Purity of Perversion, man, absolute masterpiece. Now you could argue it's death grind, it's brutal death. Again, when I was a kid, I got that and fucking. And again, dude, especially if you coming up, dude, if you heard this in '08 or above, tape on that mouth shut up. You're gonna sit there and correct the dog, dude. It's technical death. It's brutal death with a pinch of grind. Shut the fuck up, bitch boy. Dawg bought that in '99/2000. Was a fucking fist banging mania all the way to the goddamn show when they played in 2000, 2001 at Ohio Death Fest. Dawg was there, of course. Met the guys, got the signatures, got the photos, got photos of the goddamn shows, got the goddamn memories. Shut the fuck up. You were still sucking on mommy's goddamn titties. Get those milk drops while the dog was listening to Aborted. You don't get to fucking call anything as authority. But it is possible it's not pure gore grind. I get it, but I always, at that time, I was there. You were not. I was considering a goddamn gore grind, and nobody thought, and I remember saying that to the Baxter shit, nobody thought that was an outlandish statement. It was kind of like, yeah, what do you consider Aborted? Again, when they're on their first and second album, some people, yeah, gore grind, brutal death. That was the consensus. So your newbie ass, shut the fuck up. You don't get the goddamn say. Aborted, Purity of Perversion. Go to this goddamn fuck. Second album, good. Split with Christ and I, good. After that, gay as fuck. Gormageddon. Remember that came out? I was like, goddamn, this sounds like a train wreck. Sven's voice fucking blows on here. Sound quality shit. It's overpolished. It just sounded noisy as fuck. Can't tell me these songs apart. Never listened to anything after that. Heard it was deathcore fucking gayness. And look at that fan base. Holy fuck. Posers out the fucking wazoo. Guaranteed you, dude. When you see those Aborted shirts, ask them how much they. Grab any here. Here's the litmus test, dude. Pull somebody off to the side that you see at your local dying fetus show, whatever dumbass show you're going to next, and they're wearing an Aborted shirt. Won't be hard to find someone because they'll be there. Pull them off to the side. Pull them into your car. Put on your copy of your hard copy. You better have one. A Purity Perversion. Don't let them see it. Like, hey, bro, who we listening to? I guarantee 90% of those people, I guarantee, would not even be able to identify the album Purity Perversion. They like Poser Aborted. They don't like the good Aborted shit. Next, goddammit, this isn't death metal. This is Gore Grind. That's right, said it, meant it, and they became death metal on the third album. Carcass, Symphonies of Sickness, goddammit. This is the goddamn 89 pressing, goddamn it. In case you haven't goddamn give a fuck. But I own multiple pressing of this. This is the second Gore Grind album of all time. This is the only one I picked two of the same band because these are the top Gore Grind albums of all time. I think. Recapitulation, first album, second album, Symphonies. My rule is, generally speaking, don't pick two albums by the same bands. You bet your ass the Hem is in here. I purposely didn't on them too, either way, because it's gonna be. I was like, oh great, my top fucking 15 is it consists of the first two Carcass and a bunch of Hemorrhage albums. Because you bet your ass I like a majority of the Hemorrhage albums more than all these. So it's like I try to give other bands attention. So I didn't do that. But yeah, first two Carcasses, that is not death metal, dude. I don't care what term was being thrown around, but I'm talking about what's influenced today and what became a subgenre. That is gore grind, dude. Necroticism is a death metal album, and then Heartwork is like a melodic death metal, melodic death and roll, whatever you want to call it. But the first goddamn two is gore grind. I'm sorry, pitch shifting vocals, guitar tones, the goddamn nasty ass lyrics, everything. It is gore grind. Next in line, I always consider this gore grind too. Most people seem to agree, but some people put in the brutal death. Disgorge, Chronic Corpse Infest. I probably like this one more than Forensic, but it's a coin toss. Um, Either way, it's a coin toss. But I'll just go with Chronic. That's what I heard first. I heard that when wasn't when the film first came out, but I don't think Forensic was even out yet. Then I got Forensic as the that nastiness, goddamn it. But yeah, that's the Mexican goddamn Disgorge. Sent the California one home on the stretcher, although the California one is damn good. She like gutted, cranial impalement. Um, Repetitive as fuck music, but nonetheless, it's still good. Disgorge Mexico, pretty much everything's good. Um, Within Timo, the original singer for Chronic Corpora, for Forensic, those are the best. And then there's Necro Holocaust. Was it Gore Bless the Worms? Maybe that's the one he's not on. But they're all good. I just wish, for example, that's a band I'd go see live. Talking about yesterday's fucking video, even Disgorge currently, and Edgar, if they came to, I would definitely go see them for pleasure. I'll know, but there you go. There is pleasure shit for me still. It's like Jesus fuck, give me something good I haven't seen. But if it was I don't even know who the other guy was. I know Edgar and Antonio. Timo did bass and vocals. Edgar on guitar, drummer. I don't even know the fuck. Well, maybe it says right here. I don't fucking know. But if you got Antimo and fucking Edgar on goddamn because from what I understand they hate each other. If you got them back, you bet your ass I'd go to that. Granted, I'd be doing some business at that too. I'd hope to get an interview, assuming they speak enough English. But if I did no interview, I would go to that fucking pleasure. Hell's bells, yeah. That'd be a band, Dead by Dawg, headlining. But it's not going to happen. They have a hard time getting the country, etc. This is another one. It's not even an album. It's a compilation, but I grew up as an album. They sell it as an album. It's their 7-inch and a demo on there. You can argue Brutal Death, but the heat on the back it says fucking bloody, brutal, blasting, sick, grinding death. So it's got it. So it's Death Grind, Brutal. Throw it in there. It's one of my goddamn favorites. This is a goddamn masterpiece. Again, I understand it's not considered an album, but it's a full length 8 songs, from the 7-inch and the Rotten Body Fluids demo. That is, Embalmer, There Was Blood Everywhere. One of my favorite covers of all time, too. Wes Benskotter. Fuck yeah. Top covers of all goddamn time, probably. Cannibal Corpse, Tomb and Mutilated. This, Mortician, Chainsaw Dismemberment, and probably Deicide, Serpents of Light. Those are definitely my top 10 covers, but those right there, those are probably the top 4 right there. This happens to be one of them. This, Embalmer, even the emanations that we put out on Hell's copy still left. It's very, very good. Highly recommended, but this is my favorite shit. This is where I grew up as a goddamn kiddo with Rick Fleming singing on it. Some of the old heads, their favorite stuff is Into the Oven with the Toby Wolf. That was the first demo. Into the Oven demo. Toby Wolf singing. That's fucking great too. This is my favorite. You could question if it's Gore Grind, whatever. It's my goddamn Gore Grind pick. Cry me a goddamn river if you don't fucking like it. Tough fucking shit. Next, not a full length either, but goddamn, it smokes everything, so it's got to be in there. And when it comes to Gore Grind, the rules change a little bit. Goddamn, like there's a lot of shit. It's like, oh, it's not a full length. The grind's not supposed to be. Blah 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 blah. General surgery, necrology. Goated as goddamn fuck from Sweden. If you don't know general surgery, I don't know what the fuck you're doing watching this goddamn channel. How do you fuck do you like Gore Grind? I don't know that. This one, some people are gonna know, some people aren't. Also, kind of questionable. Is it Gore Grind? I put it in there. Goddamn, you can argue death, brutal death, death grind, whatever. First album, second one's good too, but this is where it's really at. Gore Rotted. Mutilated in minutes, severed in seconds. Check out these goddamn song titles too, right? So, stab me till I come, cut, gut, beaten, eaten. Put your bits in a concrete mix. Yep, mutilated minutes, severed in seconds. Gagged, shagged, body bagged, severed, sawn, and sold as porn. See, here's what a Gore Grind band looks to. Take notes, poser boys. Twink mold. Fuck, definitely twink mold. Frozen soul, Mr. Push-Ups in the fucking pit. All you dumbass fucking ball caps on stage. This is what a brutal band looks like. Gore Grind, brutal death, straight death, death tech, whatever the fuck. If it's brutal, this is brutal, bro town. When your mom's thinking, oh man, they got these scary, yucky topics talking about chopping up bodies and raping dead women, necrophilia. Oh my God, them corpse fuckers. When they're thinking this is what they think you look like on stage when you play, not your dumbass, gay ass, get that shit off, shorts, sports jerseys, and ball caps, none of which belong on stage. This is what brutality looks like on stage, fucking homeboy. Mm-hmm. Another band I like to see live, but then again, kind of not, because that goddamn Metal Blade record, forget what it's called. God damn, talk about a motherfucking letdown. All the magic fucking washed out, scrubbed out, extra elbow grease with a fucking SOS pad. All the magic completely fucking scrubbed out. Second album's good too, forget what it's goddamn called. But that's mutilated minutes. That's you need that, homie. Again, this is right after. This is top three, top four. This is as great as goddamn, because the top three, top four, I'll say this, it is these. It is the first two Carcass albums, it's General Surgery, Necrology, and it's the motherfucking we already know that, goddamn it. Anatomical Inferno. This is my goddamn 1999, 2000 copy. Somewhere I bought it from Extreme Music. Mutant Mike was blasting this in the player at Extreme Music. Rest in peace, Mutant Mike. Him and Brian Baxter, who ran Extreme Music, literally in there, said to Mutant Mike, "No, this is the exact story." I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "Who we listening to, man?" I was like, "This sounds like General Surgery." I didn't even say necrology at the time. General Surgery wasn't even. We're back. That stuff's pretty good too. Left hand pathology, the corpus, the split of the other corpus, whatever. The split with the county medical examiners. It's all good, but necrology is by far the best. But all that comeback shit didn't even exist. So you didn't even need to preface general surgery necrology. You just said general surgery. At that time, I'm like, yeah, who is this? Who is this? This sounds like general surgery. It's like it's hemorrhage from Spain. And I was like, do you have this in stock? It was, they had this glass table which held, I think there was patches inside the glass table, but on top they would just lay a bunch of CDs out. I'm assuming shit they're trying to pimp or hustle or shit they're a fan of because it's all brutal shit. That's where I can tell you certain discs I got right from the black glass table that they had displayed out there. I can tell you for 100% fact I bought them down the glass table because it was talked about hemorrhage. Because he's like, yep, it's right here. Hemorrhage anatomical inferno. I bought this because of that. Devourment, molesting, decapitate. Again, that 99, 2000 homeboy before all these goddamn fucking Mike Majeski looking wiggers were even following the goddamn band. Granted, Mike Majeski's actually in the band and told homeboys fuck. But I'm talking about before their goddamn crowd got deplorable as fuck. Back in those days, molesting, decapitated, and the aborted purity version, that version. Those three were on the glass table. I know there was other shit I bought, but those are the three I remember. This is my favorite album by them. But the first four Hemorrhage albums are, to me, that's mandatory. You don't like, dude, I gotta get the shirt saying that. You don't like Gore Grind if you don't like the first four Hemorrhage albums. I'll just want to say it. If you don't like every Hemorrhage album, but I can understand with that style of music, maybe somebody would be like, I don't need 20 albums by the band. Granted, with them, their songs you can all tell apart. For example, if Disgorge Mexico does a new album, do you really need one? The shit kind of blurs together. Let's call it like it is. Um, Mortician, the same thing. Do we really need another Mortician album? If they do one, of course I'm going to pick it up. But you really don't. Hemorrhage, you can identify their songs. I mean, Jesus fuck, dude, on this alone, the opening track, Enshrouded in Privilege, is awesome. A Catalytic Rapture, the second song on here, that's probably my favorite song on here. Surgery for the Dead, the solo alone is fucking awesome as fuck. And then it's got Worm Infested Cavities. That's a goddamn hit. I'm a pathologist. That's definitely a fist banging mania fucking hit. Set the Morg on Fire, the last one on here, killer as fuck. Every song on here is great, and it's got a little bit of that punk beat edge memorability to it. This is the first album I heard by Hemorrhage, so it's my favorite. But you can't go wrong with the first fucking four at all. It's hard to pick a favorite because after this, I mean, which one do I like more, Medic Cult or Groom? I don't know. I mean, I would say Out of the first four, Morg Sweet Home is definitely on the fourth. Like, it would be my least favorite if I had to pick, but that album is so fucking good as well, dude. Midnight Mortician, for fuck's sakes. Um, that album is really it's more for the speed freaks, I would say. A lot more blasting on there, and the Gubrius's lows sound more like a Dead Infection. Oh, by the way, too, because I know some pussy boys are going to play. How the fuck did he put Dead Infection in there? Because my favorite Dead Infection album is Surgical Disembowelment, but to me, that's not even near as good as the two demos. Rule 4 Remains and Start Heaving Slaughter. Those demos are the best thing by far. So I didn't put it in my top because when I listen to Dead Affection, it's almost always those. Don't be wrong, Chapter of Accidents is good too and shit like that. But the demos are the best by far. So I was like, I wasn't gonna put. And we're just doing albums. I didn't put any demos in here, so that's why I didn't pick that. So in case you whining and crying, and that's fine. Again, this isn't set in stone. The top 15 greatest of all time. Granted, some of it's arguable in there, but it's my 15 favorites. Take it whatever the fuck you will. God damn it. Next, goddamn. How do you want to introduce this? Just goddamn. Uh, brutality taken to the goddamn max. Probably my favorite one by them. First two albums. After the second album, this was a band that became, in my opinion, extremity in place of goddamn songwriting. But first album's probably my favorite. First two. Last Days of Humanity, The Sounds of Rancid Juices, Slushing Around Your Coffin. So you know, too, a lot of people don't know this. Forget which song it is on Carcass, but it's all Reputrefaction. That line came from Carcass, just so you know. Again, a Gore Grind band. Knew that there was a Gore Grind album. But this is probably my favorite. I used to say for years the second album, Hymns of Indigestible Separation. Oh, that was another one I got the glass table. No bullshit. Was yeah, Extreme Music. Last Days of Humanity, Hymns of Indigestible Separation. I bought that off the glass table. Recommendation of Baxter and Mutant Mike. And then this one I think I bought in like I might have got an Extreme like afterwards. I bought this one second, but it might have been from like Rich Lipscomb's distro or somebody like that, like at Ohio Death Fest. I can't remember exactly. But so for years I said Hibbs was my favorite. That was the first one I heard. But as an adult and going through them, I think this one is my favorite. The first one, Sounds of Ranch Juices. Pretty sure those LPs on Hell's, we had the opportunity to put it out on vinyl, look fantastic. I think they're sold, but I think we have some hymns available. Hymns is nasty as fuck. Toilet flushing vocals, one of the first bands to do the toilet flushing vocals. Highly recommend picking that up. We don't have many copies of that left at all. This one's gonna be a little bit of a controversial one, especially since I put Dead Affection here. But fuck it, people are gonna say bias and say what the fuck you want, man. I mean, I look literally, I call shit out of people that I know, shit like that. But yeah, I think as far as shit that I enjoy and listening to, this is in there. It's top 15. New guys. We got three. Yeah, we got three new guys in here. See, Dawg only likes the old shit. Got three newbies in here, brah. And that is, goddamn it, the album. And again, it's an album, but it's general surgery, goddamn length. That is the goddamn melting rot. Blood delusions. Dude, this album is goated as fuck. You will literally be fucking tearing that goddamn steering wheel off your car if you're driving to Walmart listening to this. You'll put your fist through that fucking windshield. You're going to get to that goddamn Walmart destination. People are looking at your car like, holy fuck, this thing looks like it's been through a goddamn war zone. You're going to be jamming to this thing so fucking hard. Catchy as fucking fuck. And then on top of that, between the catch, the absolute catchy fist banging mania, is Ted's vocals on here. His voice is nasty as fuck. I don't know what he did because we're putting out Watch Out on Goddamn Hells, and I saw those layouts. Fucking, I rode Easy E's ass like no goddamn tomorrow. No fucking homo, and I don't mean it literally, figuratively. Goddamn it, rode his ass because we're doing the Melting Rots, their EPs and demos on one combined 12-inch. Going to be nasty as fuck. That shit's great, and I wanted it all archived for myself. But this is the best stuff, the album, and primarily it's because of how Ted's vocals. And I even asked him about that, like, why did you kind of change them? Was it intentional? I think I maybe asked that. Watch my goddamn Melting Rod interview. I forget what his answer was because he does the guttural shit in the other band, Organ Failure too, which is good. It's all good, but my favorite is I just love how his voice sounds. No homo on this goddamn record. Highly recommend it. Goddamn it. See, that's catchy, memorable. Goddamn Gore Grind. None of this fucking hoagie ass one ear out the other fucking bullshit. It's like, yeah, it's extreme, but it's unmemorable as goddamn fuck. Another newbie, goddamn, rocked the dog's fucking socks off. And I've talked about him again. What's the bias here? We're not signed to him. I'm not friends with them. I met the guys, very cool guys. I guess Evan and I don't know if we're qualified. I have the guy's number. We text. I don't know if we're friends, but met him, like him, cool guy. It's funny because he's obviously clearly into working out too. One of the few guys that are actually jacked in the scene, but him and I have never once even talked about it. Kind of like when you're in that world is, I don't know, you just didn't talk about it. It's kind of like, yeah, it's common sense. Go to the gym every day. Who the fuck does it? Eat chicken and rice, motherfucker. Who the fuck don't do that? No fat boy shit. Sitting on the goddamn couch, drinking a 6-pack of beer, fucking eating goddamn bonbons, you fat lazy fuck. But that is me as Mac Necrosis, goddammit. Love this disc. Fan fucking tastic. Picked up the LP at the show when they played Cleveland. This was a good band live, too. This is a band worth going seeing. Dude, Evan doesn't say shit. Just looks evil as fuck. He's got the gauntlets, everything. Again, what a goddamn Gore Grind band should look like. None of this baseball cap fucking homo-ness. They got the red lights, the fog. He just looks at everyone like he wants to fucking kill them. Absolutely fantastic band live. Dawg was impressed. I picked up the LP at the show, had all the guys sign it. Cool guys. But there's no bias. Like, they're not cool guys to the point where, hell, I don't remember the other guys' names. Told me them. So there's no bias there, like trying to sell it or anything like that. But that's a newer band. Very, very fucking good. Next up, again, this little consider it brutal death, whatever, but brutal death Gore Grind. And that is, I brought out too, the original and everything just to show you that only goddamn original. That is Morg Art Gore. Hell's put these still got some left, I believe. CDs and LPs from France. Love this fucking album. Could be biased because I heard as a kid. Here's the Hell's pressing. But non-stop brutal from beginning to end. Their Bone Crunch EP too. That's great. But man, they did an album after this. I don't even know when they did it. I think it was years later. I don't know if it was official album. Holy fuck, was I not a fan? Talk about changing it up. Ugh. Goddamn Barf City, didn't dig it. But this, Arcor, yeah, peel back organs, embalm the preservatives, slime, removal of limbs. Saw him multiple times. Cool dudes. Cougar here lives in still lives in the goddamn States in Ohio. I see him time to time at shows. Need to shoot an interview with him too. The only thing about the interview, not that I think you give a fuck, is he's in another band, it's not my kind of metal. I have a feeling that I don't know if he'd be a little bummed out. Most of the stuff I want to talk about is Morg, the old days. I remember when I met Cougar, Jean Paul, and Max. They didn't speak any goddamn English except Jean Paul, the drummer. It seemed like he spoke the most. So he's who me and my brothers would talk to the most because he spoke the most English. They lived here for a while. Cougar got married to, I forget what's her name, but they've been married. Shit, they've been married. Shit, it's got to be over 20 years. Because I was in the early 2000s, so he still lives here. Cool fucking dude. But yeah, Morg, the Almarcor. The only vinyl version is the Hell's version. Still got some copies. Highly recommend if you like the brutal shit. If you're Mr. fucking 80s guy only thrash and heavy metal, heaviest thing I like is Hyrax, bro. And you're Mr. Cavalt Black Metal. I'm Vlad Tempest, Moonblood, and goddamn whatever the hell else fucking nonsense only. Don't waste your time. But if you like the sick shit, you like the brutal shit, you like Gore Grind, and just brutal heavy fucking death. This album was what, 2001, I think? 2000? The original? See on here? Because it was originally on Bladed Records, Ryan Baxter's label. You put the goddamn year, homo. What the fuck you doing? Actually fucking it up, man. We're no better. We didn't either. But I think it was like 2000. Saw him many times back in the day. Fan fucking tastic. Another goddamn newbie. It made the cut, goddammit. Got it. You guys know I'm a huge fan of this. Love it. Best carcass worship band ever. Pharmacist. Metal traditions of grinding decomposition. This is their first album. What I heard first, loved it. Best goddamn carcass worship band ever. We don't have these in stock. However, we do have copies of stock of their second album, Flourishing Extremities of, what is the rest? I can't remember the goddamn tongue twister. Flourishing Extremities, we did the vinyl version of it. We have a handful of copies left. It's just as good. There's times I think I might even like that album more. It's a toss-up. So pick either this album, The Flourishing Extremities. From what I hear, the band's done. The guy moved back to Ukraine. He's riding tanks, blowing up buildings. Who the fuck knows what the fuck he's doing? I've heard other things. I heard he got out of metal. I don't fucking know. Nonetheless, he did a few EPs, split with Fluids and a couple other things. Split with Egg Gore. There's a caricature, whatever shit. Carnal Pollutions EP. Everything was great by Pharmacist. But the two full lengths was that Medical Editions, and we got the opportunity to put the second album on vinyl. Only label that put it on vinyl, and then who was it? Was it Severed Records or somebody else did the CD version? So if you're curious to hear the ultimate carcass worship goddamn band, literally what Carcass should have been playing right after Symphony of Sickness, not Necrotism turning into a death metal band, Sting and Gore Grind band, it would literally be those two Pharmacist albums. Next, goddammits, is let's be this version. I know there's two versions, was what I grew up on. This Relapse Press, which has a full set list, the alternate cover. Again, I want to do a vinyl version of this. What did one come out now? Maybe, but that was my idea, doing a vinyl version. Regurgitate, effortless regurgitation of bright red blood from Sweden. This is now. I think everybody agrees this is just pure gore grind. You could say heavily influenced by Carcass Putrefaction, but a little bit more nasty or grittier, their own take on it. So 63 songs in total. So you can imagine the songs aren't very long, but it's not 2 second stupid shit. You know, they average from like, I'd say 40 seconds to a minute and 20 seconds, something like that. This is another one. And again, album wise, I did like this better than the albums. It's funny because from Poland, you can argue this is Brutal Death. I put in the Gore Grind category. So Brutal Death Grind, Gore Grind, whatever. But that is Reinfection. They Die for Nothing. Always hung out with the drummer Melody. Oh, look at that shit. Even had him sign it back in the day. Melody lived here for a while. Right there. Look at that shit. Signed it too. Well, Reinfection, They Die for Nothing. I do like this album wise, better than Dead Infection albums, because Dead Infection, Reinfection, both from Poland, that's what his influence. But because I liked my favorite stuff by the Dead Infection was the demos. Love this record, dude. This is fucking brutal as fuck. You know how on a Blade of Records, you know how I first got this? Little fun fact is we used to give Brian Baxter a lot of regurgitation photos, maybe for other bands that he signed to. I can't remember if we had Lividity ones, etc. But definitely regurgitation photos that he was using. Thought we took the best photos, and we just gave them to him. Gave him just printed duplicates. I remember when we came into the shop one time and he just got in, like I think literally that day, these Reinfection CDs. It's like hot off the press, bro. So for the photos, gave us me, Easy E, and Sea Dog a copy of the Reinfection disc. Oh, bro, this is ultra brutal. You're gonna fucking love it. And I did. That is some heavy fucking brutality there. That's why, dude, when I see shit like this Reinfection, and like, you know, the old guys, I like to poke at them too. Poke at the new generation, every generation. But the old guys, I think they're in the loop because, yeah, dude, I'm metal as fuck. I listen to heaviest shit alive. I listen to Iron Maiden, Priest, Rainbow. It's like, no, you listen to classic shit. You don't listen by anything. This is fucking heavy and brutal, bro. I understand it's too much for your fucking vag, hence you can't handle it. You'd crap your goddamn diaper. But you want to talk about extremity intensity, don't be walking over here talking to me about Priest and fucking Rainbow. You want to talk about classic greatness, that this fucking pile of junk wouldn't exist without it. I agree with you on that. But not when it comes to extremity, not when it comes to intensity, not when it comes to what Mama wouldn't like. Mama would like Rainbow and Priest. She would not like Reinfection. That's the Dog's top fucking 15. I don't give a fuck if you agree with it, like it, love it, hate it, put your top 15 in there. Don't really give a shit. Make your own goddamn video, but you better have a goddamn hard copy or otherwise shut the fuck up. You don't get to make a top nothing. You don't even own it, so it means you don't even like it enough to make a goddamn top. Later, goddammit.